Welcome. So today we are looking at the Boss Audio Systems Elite Double DIN radio. Now this is the least expensive double DIN CarPlay and Android Auto available. Now it's not the wireless version, it is the wired, but it was the cheapest one I found on Best Buy's website. So went in digitally, right, online, because I'm the kind of guy that will go to a place to eat, park in the parking lot, and order curbside. That's just me. So yeah, and I've actually had this in my vehicle for approximately 4.5 weeks or so a month and a half, give or take, and it's actually pretty good. So let's look at the stats. Bluetooth, MP3 compatible AM/FM receiver. It's a 7-inch capacitive touchscreen. You have MP3 compatible, streaming, capacitive touchscreen, no CD drive, camera input, USB charging. So the camera input, if you have a camera, typically your eBay or Amazon special, that's like $10, $15, $20, depending on how much you want to spend, that will work with this unit. It is what I personally have. 340 watts. Let's see. Your main points we touched on. Yeah, it's been surprisingly good, actually. Now, I've had other units in the past, and of course, info centers or infotainment in general in vehicles is really, really good. You know, you look at Ram, you look at Ford, the upper trim levels, Mercedes, Lexus, they have really good sound systems. Now, of course, it's not your heavy bass type situation, but it is still a good system. Now, in this particular one, I put it in my 05 Scion XB. I redid the speakers. It has 6 total, so I redid them all. And I also have a subwoofer and amplifier in there, and that all works flawlessly with this unit. So if you didn't want to go that route, you can. So we are going to dive in, take a look at this, and see what it looks like actually in the vehicle. Let's go ahead and go out there. That is the radio I purchased, item or model BE7ACP. So you have your power button right there, volume up, volume down. You have your mute button, and then over here is where I put the mic button, so you can see it right there. And then you got the cable. I just kind of put it behind there. So you have your main screen. That's what it looks like all the time. So you have your tuner, and then you can go back and forth with stations. Now, it's probably just my radio, my antenna in this vehicle. As you see, it's not picking up anything. So I think that's just a fault on my end in terms of the vehicle. You have your hands-free Bluetooth, SD, AV in, your settings, your camera, USB, your streaming, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. I don't have an Android, so I have not been able to test that. You'll also see in terms of your Android or CarPlay. So these two pieces here, I actually purchased on eBay, but there are cables coming from the unit itself to these, and then I connected it to these. So this one is a aux or USB, and this one is what I use for the Apple CarPlay. So I just plug in a USB-A, which has the Lightning, to my iPhone right here, and then it goes ahead and operates in terms of the Apple CarPlay. So now for streaming, so I have it connected to Bluetooth, has some Christmas music playing, so that's my Bluetooth audio. And then in terms of camera, so we'll pop it into reverse. Now, you'll see that there's multiple grid lines. You'll see that there's these that are like up in the air. Those are not part of the radio. That's part of my backup camera that has them. This bottom ones that look normal are the ones in the radio. If you do get this radio, I recommend to get a rear backup camera that does not have these grid lines, because you won't need them with this radio because it has them already. Now, with these in the radio, you can actually adjust these in, out, up, down. These are not able to be adjusted in the actual backup camera itself, the physical item. Again, not the radio. So that is your backup and how that looks. Now, when I plug in my phone, you'll see here that the Apple CarPlay will change the color. And then here we are in terms of Waze. There's my music, phone, and then you have your menu. So these are all the items I have currently. You'll see that there's 3 menus. So that's your kind of shortcut menu, what you want to have here. And then you can click that and go back. So Amazon Music, Pandora, Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Maps, Google Maps. There are other selections. It's just I don't use them, so I didn't put them in here. You have iHeart, which is pretty good. You have podcasts, which are good. Ways, it all works really well. Your phone, your messages, when people call me, I usually don't have too many issues. The only 2 challenges I've had, and I've been in Waze both times, the map will change colors. Now, when you look at Waze, I don't have my headlights on. I put my headlights on, and you can see here it changes. And that's what it's supposed to do. So now, what it was doing though, if I had the lights on or lights off, it would actually change colors almost like the unit got too cold or maybe too hot. And it's been on longer drives, 1.5 hours, 2 hours, 2.5 hours. It's only done it twice since I've had it. So don't know, again, maybe it's my wiring. My wiring may not have been the best. But the unit is good. As I said, it's the cheapest one at Best Buy that I could buy that fit the standards of double DIN and Apple CarPlay. Those were the 2 things that I wanted, and obviously wanted to work with a subwoofer, which most of them do at that level. So it's been a great headset, or rather radio for the vehicle, and it's good. It's on the cheap, it's on a budget, which is typically how I do things. I try to find the best deal because it's fun. I like shopping and finding deals. So I definitely would recommend it. Pick up the Boss Audio Systems Elite, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Bluetooth SD. As always, like, share, subscribe, comment below if you have this particular radio or other Boss units, or maybe what's one that you found a really good deal on and were able to score, and how do you like it? Let me know in the comments, and as always, make it a great day.